A top assassin returned from a business trip suddenly discovered huge footprints outside his front door. There was also a pile of cigarette butts on the ground, indicating someone had been staking out for a long time. His wife was home alone and he was frantic with worry. Immediately pulled out his gun and vaulted over the wall into the house, then quickly moved through the dense woods to the house perimeter. Suddenly found more footprints on the path, indicating the intruder had already entered the house. So he loaded his gun and quietly infiltrated the room. The music inside was deafeningly loud, but his wife was nowhere to be seen. The man frantically searched everywhere, then came to the bedroom. Inside was complete chaos, and the walls were covered in blood. Obviously an intense struggle had taken place here. The man with a bad feeling quickly called his wife. Turns out his wife had been severely injured and hospitalized. His wife weakly told him that just before he returned, a large man suddenly broke into their home. Without saying a word, started searching everywhere, as if he hadn't found what he was looking for. In anger, he beat her severely. His brother-in-law said that Thug was so arrogant, didn't try to hide his identity at all, and after the attack escaped in a green taxi. Seeing his wife covered in injuries, the man swore to find the perpetrator and get revenge, but the only clue was the green taxi, so he decided to use this as a breakthrough to track down the real culprit. The next day, the man drove around the entire city searching, determined to find that green taxi. Soon discovered two of them in an alley, but he didn't take immediate action. Instead noted down the company name on the vehicles. That evening, the man came to the taxi company, then pretended to be in trouble asking for help. Then while the security guard opened the door, quickly put on pantyhose, then successfully entered the company at gunpoint. Soon pulled up all vehicle records on the computer, found that one car had indeed been to his house. The driver was a young man named Leo. Then by going through files found Leo's photo. After getting the information, he didn't leave immediately. The man made a complete mess of the office, disguised it as a robbery scene. The next day he waited early at the company entrance, soon saw Leo driving over, so the man quickly followed. While Leo stopped waiting for passengers, he approached pretending to urgently need a ride. After getting in, gave a random address. After the car drove a few kilometers, quickly pulled out his gun. Then he knocked on the partition telling Leo to turn around. Leo was so scared after seeing the gun he didn't dare make a sound. Thinking he'd encountered a robber, voluntarily offered his wallet. However, the man wasn't interested in money. The next second he told Leo to tell him about the job 3 days ago. He thought for a moment and said it was a long-distance order, and he remembered it very clearly. Then began describing the passenger as a burly, strong man got in the car at the airport at noon. After giving the estate address, drove straight there. After arriving, told Leo to wait outside. After the person went into the estate for an hour, came out and was driven back to the airport. Leo told everything he knew, fearfully begged the man to spare him, even willing to give him the car. Unexpectedly, the man raised his gun and fired. Leo never knew until death. This man was actually a professional assassin. To eliminate exposure risks, would never show mercy to anyone. From the description he learned, the attacker went straight to his house after getting off the plane. Concluded it was his boss who orchestrated it, because only his boss knew his home address. The assassination mission had failed a few days ago. The boss was afraid of exposure, so wanted to silence him, but didn't expect to harm his wife. The man would settle every score, immediately packed his bags and went to the airport. Decided to settle accounts with both the boss and the attacker.